Kia ora, this is Arun Jacob, your friendly and frank licensed New Zealand immigration advisor as well as education advisor. In this video, I'm going to talk about whether it's worth taking the risk of coming to New Zealand and spending a lot of money and time and effort to get an education and then go on to seek a resident visa in future and stay back in New Zealand. Especially in context of the fact that the immigration rules have been changing and international students are perceiving that it is becoming more and more difficult for you to settle down in New Zealand. I think this response from me is very, very important because I already made a couple of other videos talking about the recent policy changes, and I explained how even if you do not get $49,000 immediately after you complete your course, you still have the ability to create a platform and be able to move up to that over 2 or 3 years period of time. So please watch that video which says, what if I do not get a 49K salary after completing my course in New Zealand? This is, I think, a much more direct sort of a question, which is whether the whole thing is worth it, whether you can take the risk to come to New Zealand and spend the time, money and effort to be here and then, seek that residency in future. My answer to that is absolutely yes, because I keep saying this over and over again. My team and I, we promote New Zealand because we strongly believe this is one of the nicest countries on earth where young people like you can make your future. This world is changing dramatically. The world is changing dynamically. There is a lot of nonsense that's happening globally, and more and more people will be seeking to go into safer countries, into stable countries, into free countries where you can live your life out happily. And that's exactly why New Zealand is getting to be more and more popular as a destination in this world today. We are English speaking, we are free, we are friendly, we have a stable government, we have an inclusive society, we have a multicultural society, we have a great support system for people who choose to make this your country. So I think overall New Zealand has been going up quite dramatically as a desired place on earth. In fact, after the election of Donald Trump in the US, so we had a massive spike in the number of people who were seeking to migrate to New Zealand. Every time there is a terrorist incident anywhere in the world, there will be a spike to see which are the safe countries to go to. And New Zealand is consistently being ranked amongst the most safe countries on earth, one of the most accepting countries on earth, one of the most free countries on earth, and one of the most fair countries on earth, because the country also provides an equal opportunity to everybody, irrespective of your background, the color of your skin, or your religion, or even your sexual orientation. So that's the kind of society that New Zealand is. So is it worth the risk? Absolutely, because if you do not take the risk at this young age in your life and seek to come into a country like New Zealand, you might lose the opportunity forever. In fact, sometimes I do think that the way things are going in this world, it might reach a dramatic point where countries will actually shut down their borders and not let people travel across borders any longer. So in 3-4 years time from now, we should not be looking back and say, oh, I should have done it when I still had the opportunity. I migrated to New Zealand in the year 2001 along with my family, and one of the best things I could have done for myself and my family is being able to provide this platform and this ability for them to call New Zealand home. I sit here in this office of mine and I do my work with the rest of my wonderful team, and every day we are, my family and I especially, we are extremely thankful for this opportunity we have of living in a country like New Zealand for all the reasons I mentioned before. So it is absolutely worth the risk. And if you do not take a risk at your age when you're young, I was in my early 30s when I decided to move to New Zealand, and I took a risk. I was in a very well paid position. I was established, so to speak, and had everything that a person could want in my own country, but yet there was a desire and a longing inside me to create a better future, and that is the reason I opted to come to New Zealand. And today I state this to you, looking you in the eye. Every day my family and I are extremely grateful and thankful for this opportunity that has been provided for us. And I promise you, when you reach a certain point in your life, you'll look back upon it and it is not so much the wealth you have earned or a lot of other material things, but it is how much of happiness you have in your heart and in your mind, and that is probably one of the main aspects of living in New Zealand. This country provides you with that opportunity to be really happy, to be genuinely content from the inside. Yes, there will be challenges when you come into a new country. It might take 3, 4, 5 years to settle down and reach that point where you feel like you belong, where you feel like you really are part of the fabric of the society. But it is the same whichever country you choose to go to, and there will be an initial challenge. So absolutely worth taking the risk, absolutely worth going through those initial troublesome years, because when you reach that point of contentment, when you reach that point of settlement where like me, I'm sitting in my home, my family is inside there, I just picked up my kids from school, my wife is at work, I know I can pick up the phone and make a phone call for any emergency services, and I'll have somebody come and take care of any emergencies. The systems are easy to deal with. I can sit at my computer and form another 3 companies within 15 minutes by just getting onto the company's website and having my credit card in hand. So it's the kind of ease of life that New Zealand guarantees. All this in the comfort of an English-speaking environment. So when you take all these factors put together, New Zealand is getting more and more attractive as a destination in this world. And because we're getting more and more attractive, and because there are more and more people trying to come into the country, the government will keep tightening up its rules. When the demand is high, the government of New Zealand can also put up its entry criteria and make it a bit more tougher. So that does not mean they're shutting down their borders completely there, that they are asking people to stop coming here. And New Zealand needs young migrants. New Zealand needs a lot of workers. We need skilled people. So this country will always keep inviting and welcoming people to come into this country. But the bottom line is we also require a certain quality of people. And if you're that quality of person, and by quality mainly, I think you need to have very, very good English skills, as well as knowledge and skills in your own subject area, as well as a great attitude to fit in and contribute to New Zealand. That's really what the country is looking for. So if you are a person with great attitude, knowledge, and skills, do not be worried about taking the risk, because when that gamble pays off, you'll be one of the happiest people on earth. I hope I have motivated you to get off the wall and take that risk. And I say this over and over again: take the risk. You're young. It is all right if you have to recoup some of the investment you've made, and you've got to go back and work it out really, really hard to recoup some of the money being spent. But if the gamble does pay off, and especially with support and advice from a company like AGV, because we are here constantly on the ground here in New Zealand, and any one of our clients will keep getting that continuous advice, because we are also very keen to see you guys cross the success line and settle down here in New Zealand. So take the risk, work with a good company like AGV, and I think together we should be able to see that success for you here in New Zealand. So now this is the time to go for it. Do not wait till it becomes too late, and do not regret the fact that you missed the opportunity to live in a fantastic country like New Zealand. Hope that video was helpful to motivate you to move ahead with your decision, and I look forward to welcoming you into New Zealand. Thanks for watching my videos as always. Please share it with your family and friends, and look forward to making more videos. Kia ora.